back like we never left. What is good, everybody? If you are new to the channel, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Weav, and here on my channel, we coach you on 3 important aspects of your life. First, on your personal growth and development. Second, we push you forward as you continue to grow professionally in your careers in business and entrepreneurship. Third, we always help you to build, maintain, and nurture long, lasting, and more meaningful relationships. Today, we talk about what emotional triggers are, how to identify them, and how to deal with them effectively. Now, without any further ado, I don't like to waste time, and I'm ready to get into it, so let's do that right now. Emotional triggers always happen when you least expect them. When you think all the emotional wounds have been healed, something seems to happen to remind you that there's a scar still there. Our emotional triggers in relationships usually lead to irrational and impulsive responses from us. And yes, it's something that's uncomfortable for the person who's experiencing it, but it can also be problematic for your friends, your partners, or your loved ones in your life, especially if they don't know what triggers you in the first place. So how can you respect your own sensitivities without lashing out, even if it's unintentionally being done to people who you truly care for? Well, the reality is that emotional triggers are not easy to spot. And quite often, in those moments where maybe your partner says to you, "What's wrong with you?" in a slightly wrong tone of voice, and it causes you to lash out, do you know why? And quite frankly, I believe you should want to know why, because your emotional triggers will negatively affect every single personal relationship in your life if you can't get them under control. There are only so many times you can take your anger or frustration out on someone who doesn't know that they are triggering you before it puts a strain and a stain on your relationship with them. So what can you do? First is to know that the feeling you get when you feel like your heart is pounding and your chest or your gut is getting tight in a way that you know is out of proportion with what just happened to you. It's when you physically feel yourself getting worked up, when you get that deep sigh, when you start scratching your head, when you start feeling overwhelmed, confused, and just out of sorts. Yup, that's it. When this happens, you can try to reflect on it before you do something that you might regret later. See, what becomes apparently clear is that you are allowing your emotions to control your responses in the moment without even being mindful of what you are communicating. Sometimes, though, the best and maybe the only way to avoid getting triggered is to go through the experience once and learn from it. And what's great is when you've identified what precisely is at play, you can tackle your issue head on. In our minds, perception is reality. When we feel like someone is coming at us, when we feel threatened, when we feel a personal attack, we usually, without processing it, because it's in the moment, right, feel the need to defend ourselves. You need to respond right then. You need to ensure this person wasn't trying to play you or to get over on you. But the mindful part, yeah, that part is what we lose sight of. And then we usually blame our partners, our friends, and our family because we say, "Damn, you triggered me," which is basically blaming them for what they said and how you reacted to it, instead of accepting what we were told for what it is and letting them know that that's not the way we meant to come across. You clearly processed that wrongly. Accepting our side for the emotional triggers is just as important as recognizing our emotional triggers. It's the only way to make peace with ourselves and our situations. What's also important is you knowing what an actual healthy conversation looks like, because that should help you identify why you got triggered in the first place. What past experiences led you to this point? Can your partner do something to help you not get triggered again? And what can you do to see things differently, to ultimately help you react in a much calmer, soothing kind of way? That type of communication in any healthy relationship invites transparency into your communication with each other. And it can help you feel less alone when you're dealing with something that's upsetting you. So many times I see people taking on an emotional load in their relationship, and I always ask, what is it going to be your breaking point? This is supposed to be a partnership, right? Meaning you both have each other's backs. You both communicate effectively enough to let one another know if something is continuously bothering you or causing you stress. At least that's the way it's supposed to be, right? Your relationships hinge on your ability to identify your flaws, accepting them, improving them day by day, but also involving your partner to help push you forward. Remember, partnership, right? Right. And if that support is not there, then you have a major problem. There is more than communication broken. There is also broken empathy and compassion if your partner can't support you and you each work together to fix your emotional triggers. And quite obviously, dealing with your emotional triggers is not an overnight fix. But by committing to communication lines being open with your loved ones, your partner, and with yourself, you can rest assured that you're on the right path, at least, to building a sustainable relationship and overall self-improvement for yourself. An overall relationship has to be involved with everyone in your life. And just keep this in mind. Your triggers, they are your responsibility. It isn't the world's obligation to tiptoe around you. So go out today and be better with it. As always, thank you to every single one of you for tuning in today. And if no one has told you this already today, I appreciate you. If you are new to the channel, become official to the squad by hitting that subscribe button and bell notification down bottom and become a part of a team that's going to push you forward on your improvement daily. I'll be back with a new video soon, but until then, have an amazing day. Stay strong and stay inspired. And as always, until I see you guys next time, peace.